The market season has begun. The first Lebanon City Market Tuesday starts today. To help get us geared up with what we can expect this year is Lebanon City Market Manager Sarah Burns. Sarah shares details on market setup, info on junior market experiences, and how you can get involved. Episode 168 of the Lebanon podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to lebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode. This is episode 168 of our Lebanon podcast. I'm Joe LePage, and I am the Community Development Director for the City of Lebanon. Hope you enjoyed the new music that we've added to this. A little backstory, not going to bore you with it, but upgrades to our audio recording software, deleted our former template, and so added some new stuff in there. So there you go. But anyway, on this episode of the podcast, we are getting ready because later today is the first ever Lebanon City Market for the 2024 season. Every Tuesday, starting today, we've got Sarah Burns here. She is the market manager as one of her many tasks with the Heart of Lebanon nonprofit organization. But Sarah joins us here on this episode of the podcast. Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be back. I love doing these with you. So much fun.
I can tell your authenticity and you're speaking 100% truth, and I appreciate you doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Love it.
No arm twisting involved. So later today, did you have it marked on the calendar as you were leading up to today's date of having the market begin on this Tuesday, ready to go for everybody to enjoy?
Yes, I've been looking. The market is one of my most favorite events that the Heart of Lebanon does. Just so everybody knows, like last year, I was hired as a contractor to do the Lebanon City Market. And this year, I'm actually an employee of the Heart of Lebanon. So I get to do all of the Heart of Lebanon events. So much fun, but the market will always hold a very special place in my heart because I just love everything that surrounds it, like how much it involves the community and brings people together. And so I've been looking forward to this since October of last year.
When the market from last year
Yes.
ended.
Yes.
And what is it about? I mean, you did a great job explaining. I mean, there's just a special feeling that comes with being in a market, strolling around younger folks, older folks, people everywhere in between, just being there. There's something unique about a market experience. I'm guessing that's what you're continue to go back to in the warm and fuzzies.
Yeah, it just really brings about a sense of community. And like you said, there's people of all generations there. There's something for everybody there to buy, see, do. We love to involve the kids. We have a scavenger hunt every week, and we hide Sprout throughout the market so the kids can go around, try and find Sprout, and then be entered to win a prize, which would include Sprout Bucks, Sprout Bucks are money that kids can earn and spend just like regular dollars with participating vendors. So it gives them a sense of like being able to buy their own things that they might have had their eye on. And it's just cool, in a small town, you always see people get to chat. And we have a lot of vendors that say they come to the Lebanon City Market specifically because of the sense of community that they might not get as much at other markets that they participate in. So they really enjoy it too.
Is Lebanon City Market different? And for you as well, you talked about the vendors, but you've had experience at other markets as well. Is Lebanon City Market as different as those vendors say it is, that kind of feel, that vibe that it gives out?
Yeah, I've managed other markets in the past, and definitely with the location, it's down on Meridian under the lights, downtown. And it's got some kind of special vibe to it. I can't necessarily put my finger on it, but if you haven't been before, I would, I know you have, Joe, but speaking to the general population that's listening to this podcast, if you haven't been before, I would highly suggest you come out. We're doing it every Tuesday through September from 5 to 7. It's rain or shine. We don't want to tell the vendors, hey, weather's looking bad, we're not having the market tonight. They don't particularly like that because for a lot of them, this is their livelihood and they'll be out there no matter the weather.
And there have been some people there that have driven up in just enough time as the rain's falling to be able to get back in their car and get going. It becomes one of those things where the patrons of the market enjoy coming every week and restocking on whatever that item is and grabbing it, knowing that they can see that vendor grab their item and then go about their business and go about their way.
Yeah, it definitely becomes I don't want to say like a tradition, but it becomes a part of their routine every week to come. And I think there's something really cool about getting to see and talk to the people that are growing or, making what you're eating, especially because, so many of us just go to the grocery store. We never encounter the people that have their hands in our food. So I really like that aspect too.
Yeah, everybody, if you're listening to the podcast for the first time or have never been to Lebanon City Market, this is an initiative that has really kind of come from life support down. The market used to be quite robust. It fell on some hard times, and really it was Mayor Gentry who kind of revived it, brought it back downtown, and it has kind of ebbed and flowed, but it's really hit its stride. And with Missy Krulik and of course Sarah really kind of getting this sucker, the ship righted and things going along well. But there are vendors you said that are specifically targeting Lebanon City Market because of that vibe. Having them coming back this year, was that big for you to do, along with adding more vendors and new ones that we have yet to meet yet and we'll meet later today?
Yeah, so it's really neat because we have the call out in March, and it's not required for the vendors to come, but so many of them that are veterans of the market, they come back because they like to see everybody. They're excited for the market to start. I know like Saw Wet, they're hugely popular, the bread vendors. They really love the Lebanon City Market. And then Halls, he grows the microgreens.
Oh, yeah.
He loves the market too. He's like, I might not make a ton of money at this market, but I just really like all of the people that are involved. And so yeah, I mean, it's been great to have those people come back, especially ones that can do super well at other markets, but they might not be hitting their necessarily target audience in Lebanon, but they keep coming back because they just love it so much. Mm-hmm. So
if you can, later on today, everyone listening to this, I'm sure, is going to head out to the market and check it out, of course. How many vendors are there to begin this season, and how is that going to work? And any new vendors you mind passing along of who we can expect to see when we come out there?
Yeah, so I always say there's over 20 vendors because, as you know from doing the market in the past, Joe, sometimes I just got an email earlier this morning from somebody saying that they weren't going to be able to make it. So now I'm going to be trying to fill that spot. We had a waiting list this year, which is super. So I have a list of people that I can go to and be like, hey, we had a spot open up. Would you like to fill that? But yeah, we have a wildflower and dahlia farm coming out. We have a company called Tallowed Roots that's going to be coming, and they have all tallow-based skincare products. We've got Fiction Art Studios, which is coming, and he's selling prints and paintings. And he's really cool because he's like a local Bob Ross. You can go and watch his YouTube channel, and he'll show you
trees.
Yeah, he'll show you how to paint all of these different things that he does. So yeah, we have a lot of really cool vendors coming out that are going to be new this year. So.
And last year it was, correct me if I'm wrong, that you talked about being under the lights, the catenary lights on Meridian Street, everybody east side of the courthouse, but you guys dabbled into Main as well a little bit as kind of catty corner. Is that going to remain the same, or are you bringing everybody back under the lights of Meridian and kind of shifting things around that way?
Yeah, so last year we did try to move some people onto Main Street, and the flow just wasn't what we wanted it to be. Some of the vendors felt like because they weren't on, Meridian Street.
Disconnect maybe?
Yeah, a little bit of a disconnect. Okay. So we'd love to figure out how we can do that maybe in the future, but we would just really need to probably get a lot more vendors for that to happen. But, I didn't realize my first year how tightly you can really pack people on Meridian Street. I can just squeeze them in there. And Missy keeps saying, oh, Sarah, it'll work out. And I'm like, are you sure? I don't know if there's enough room. It always worked out.
Yeah. The clown cars.
Exactly. So we really cram them in. But also this year, we really wanted to focus on getting vendors that were quality over quantity. So because we might not have as many as we would have if we did expand onto Main Street, we're really focusing on getting the quality vendors in, getting a good relationship with them, building a good rapport with the market so that they want to come back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Everybody, we're talking with Sarah Burns. She wears many hats for the Heart of Lebanon. This specific podcast episode talks about her and her role of market manager of Lebanon City Market. Here in episode 168 of the Love in Lebanon podcast, you talked about the quality over the quantity of vendors, but you guys are continuing to also partner with nonprofits as well. And as we talked about before I hit the red button here and recorded, the youth movement as well. You guys have really seen some positive traction there and want to continue to harness in on that. Nonprofits able to not necessarily vend, but pass along information at the market?
Yeah, so each market we will have a different non-for-profit from the Boone County community come. Like you said, yeah, that's not sales, but definitely just letting people know the services that they provide the community. For example, we've got like Boone County Mentoring coming out. We will also have Aspire coming and talking about what they do in the community. Boone County Solid Waste. They always have like really cool handouts and stuff. So yeah, we've got a lot of really cool ones coming. We do have some spaces still open. I would say maybe like 4 or 5 markets still open for nonprofits
okay.
that want to come. And all they would need to do is go to our website and scroll down to the bottom and fill out the application for anybody that's interested in being a vendor as well. Like I said, we're pretty full, but some things happen, and so.
And that clown car you can fit in?
Yeah, I'll fit you in.
People.
And, if I like what you've got to sell, I'll squeeze you in there. We'll figure it out. So.
And about the kiddos as well, was it last year that you experimented with a youth market and I guess it went so well you want to double that output this year?
Yeah, there's such an entrepreneurial spirit in the community, and I feel like the kids have really picked up on that. And so we wanted to give kids an opportunity to make things, come to the market, see what all went into buying the supplies, etc., setting up and trying to talk to people, customers and stuff like that. So it's free for kids to do that. We have one on the 25th of June, and then we have one on September 3rd as well. And that application is also on our website. But I was talking to Rebecca, who owns Fire and Fern Apothecary.
Gotcha.
She was a vendor at the market for several years, and her daughter wants to participate in the junior market. And she was talking about how, she's already looking at things in her room that she wants to sell so that she can make money to buy the supplies she needs to make the things that she wants to sell at the market. And those are the things that are really cool, like that kids are kind of understanding what all goes into a business and all of that.
Yeah, because it's not just like a kiddo rummage sale, like you're pulling out your used whatever and reselling it. This is actually something that is created, made in the vein of the farmer's market. This is something they make, they put together. They're an artisan or they're some kind of creative. It's not, hey, here's something old that I could probably get money off of because I'm a cute kid, that type of thing. It's an actual business, right?
Right. Well, we had kids last year that made bracelets and dog treats and paintings and magnets and just all sorts of really cool, cute things. And some of them I was like, hey, you should sign up to be a vendor next year because this stuff is actually like super
capital
cool.
V vendor, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really interested to see what kids come up with. And the crowd for that market was just crazy because, their families and their friends are all coming out to support them. So it helps the other vendors too.
Does that speak to kind of that whole kind of familiar family feel of the market, that it's one of those where the kiddos can be embraced in that way and have it kind of add kind of a different wrinkle to LCM?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I love how the market reaches kids because not only that with the junior market, but they're coming to the market and they're seeing like fruits and vegetables that they might not have seen before. And they get to talk to the vendors, and a lot of the vendors will give them like free samples and talk about what they grow and things like that too. So it's really fun. I love seeing the kids there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And we mentioned folks of all ages. Everybody, we're talking with Sarah Burns. She's the market manager for Lebanon City Market, and those markets taking place every Tuesday from now until the end of September, downtown Lebanon on Meridian Street under the catenary lights. This is episode 168 of the Love in Lebanon podcast. Now, if someone's listening to this episode, Sarah, and has never been, can you kind of paint a picture as we kind of round the final turn for this episode of the podcast? If they've never been, what can they expect, and what kind of things do you recommend?
Yeah. So the market goes from 5 to 7. Some people do start showing up at like 4:45 or whatever. If you do show up early, that's fine. Just be patient. Some of the vendors are still setting up. We do get a lot of questions about parking, but there's the city lots downtown, and then there's also street parking. You might have to walk just a little bit of a ways, but it's a nice walk and shouldn't be far. So Definitely maybe bring a reusable bag. We will have bags at the market to hand out, but sometimes you buy so much, you need 2-3 bags. So maybe bring one of those reusable bags and just come ready to just kind of look around and ask questions. The vendors really enjoy talking to people in the community. So if you show up after 7, there might still be some vendors open, but they're going to be tearing down. So definitely make sure that you show up between that 5 to 7 time frame. So.
And when I've gone in the past, it's always fun to see the dynamic, not only as the cross section of the age of people and things like that, but the fact that there are some that are in a hurry and want to get their item and leave, but there are others that just want to hang out and just be around people in downtown. The Heart of Lebanon, everybody is pushing out an initiative, and it's Linger Longer is kind of the tagline and different things. You may see a hashtag or something, messaging that talks about Linger Longer in downtown Lebanon. Do you see that with people that just kind of, they're down, they lose track of time, and they just want to be around people and just converse and hang out and just kind of be in that one spot?
Yeah, so it makes it really nice because down there in the plaza, there's the picnic tables, and we do notice a lot of people, they like to kind of hang out there. The library usually comes and they have some activities and books for kids. And then also this year, Ernie from Grilliant, he'll be selling, at the market tonight, he'll have hot barbecue sandwiches and mac and cheese. So, you might want to even grab a quick bite from him or one of the restaurants around on the square and take it outside and eat. But it's a really enjoyable atmosphere for sure.
That's great. Sarah, I appreciate your perspective on things. If folks are wanting to keep tabs on the market, is it the Facebook page? Is it the website for the Heart of Lebanon? What's the best place to continue to kind of keep up to date with what's going on in the market and maybe even become a vendor if they want to go down that route and get shoved in the clown car like all the other vendors that you have them all arranged?
Yeah. The best place probably to stay up to date on what's going on with the market is our Facebook page. Okay. If for some reason we were to have to cancel, that would be where we would post it. And we also share what vendors are coming, et cetera. So the Lebanon City Market has its own Facebook page outside of the Heart of Lebanon. So that's the best place to go.
All righty. Sarah, thank you so much for being here on the podcast. Best of luck this market season all the way through the end of September. But you love all the things that come with it, right?
I do. And I do want to mention, too, a couple of other things, if you don't mind.
That'd be okay.
We do accept SNAP. So if you are, in Boone County and you are a SNAP recipient, you just come to the market and you find me. I'm usually walking around in a gray Lebanon City Market polo. I'm getting my hair done later this week, pink. So you can't miss me. I'll have the pink hair, the Lebanon City Market polo. You bring me your SNAP card, swipe it. I'll give you some tokens that you can use with participating vendors. A lot of the vendors take SNAP, and so it's really, really cool. Also, you were mentioning, and this is something that Missy and I talked about the other day, how the market started. It was, real robust, and then it kind of fell off, and now it's kind of back. Well, we have a lot of people wanting to sponsor the market now.
Oh,
they love the market. So Lily has been a huge sponsor for us this year. And then Ryan Holmes, Boone REMC, Witham Health Services, United Consulting, and Bill Estes Chevrolet Buick GMC. And we really wouldn't be able to do these events in the community without the support of sponsors. So I always like to thank them anytime I have the opportunity because their support is just huge. So,
and a lot of the things you talked about, being able to give out the market bags and things like that, the items, the different initiatives that you guys push out, a lot of it does take some equity to be able to do some of those things. And it's great that you have local folks, area folks that are willing to step up and help make it happen for you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like the Sprout Bucks, we compensate the vendors for the money that the kids use. So that comes.
The kids spend it like money, but it is real money on the back end.
Yeah. It comes out of our real money. So yeah, it's real money. But yeah, so things like that we wouldn't be able to do unless we had the sponsors. So.
Okay. And off the air, I'll give you a hard time about my jealousy for you being able to choose your hair color. For those of us that are follically challenged.
Sorry, I didn't try and throw that out there to rub
Sure
it in
you
your
didn't.
face.
Right. Always great to have you, Burns. Appreciate it. Everybody, we'll look forward to bringing you more Lebanon City Market information along the way. And of course, Love and Lebanon podcast info as well. Thank you again, Sarah, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. More episodes coming your way soon. Take care.